don't know. This thing is getting on my nerves. Like, why they gotta change things when it was working just fine?
Hey, Mom.
What's up?
Mom's like, I can come over this weekend if you wish. I'm like, I don't want you to stress yourself just for me.
No. So,
No human.
hey, Jamly. If anybody comes in, if this thing's even working, because it wasn't working a minute ago. You all right there, ma'am?
Okay.
Ugh.
I'm okay. I'm good. I'm fine.
Sitting around just waiting. We've been, like, inside. Hi, Felicia. We've been inside for 14 or 13 days. We've gotten, like, maybe gone to the grocery store, well, not quickly, but for the most part, we've been stuck inside because, of course, the babies. And they can't really be out too much. So today, what I did was I bundled up the pup stroller, put them inside their little tiny pup carrier, which is this little thing right here. Got all three of them in there, put them inside the pup stroller, covered them up with like hot water bottles circling it, covered that all up, then zipped the pup stroller closed so that way they weren't exposed to anything, and went for a walk because we needed it. They're all doing so well, you guys. But right now, like, there's nothing really to vlog at the moment. Specifically because they are so hands-on right now. Like, there's nothing to film other than me bottle feeding them, helping them go potty. Nobody needs to watch that part anyway. But doing the bottle feedings, doing their pottying, so getting them to urinate and stuff like that. Cleaning up. Like, my bed is, like, towels everywhere because we're, like, each time, you know, you have to change out clean towels each time for their bedding. So it's like, it's a long process. So whenever that we do a feeding, we have to sit down, we feed each puppy individually, move them from the bed into the carrier, then as everybody's finished, then change the bedding, and then put everybody back in the other bed, and then the same process all over again with the next feeding. So like every 2 hours. Last night they did finally sleep 4-hour stretches. So they slept 8, slept 4 hours, 8, slept 4 more hours. Which is really, really good. I wish I could easily fall back to sleep as quickly as they do, but it usually takes me about an hour. So I got about 6 hours of sleep, which is more than I normally get anyway. So hallelujah to that. But how is everybody? How are you all doing? I was surprised that a lot of you didn't give too much feedback. Allie, thank you. If you usually see Allie in the comments on all the other videos as well, but Allie is the one that helped us get Brady. She's also been an amazing advocate and she's helped us so much on the channel. And just in life general, like, she's a really amazing human. And so her suggestion was definitely sharing the fostering aspect of what we do versus our day-to-day life. And then, of course, throw in like a daily vlog here and there. Well, it wouldn't really be a daily, it'd be like a weekly. So it'd be something that we cover throughout the week of just kind of what we've been doing. And then for the most part, the videos we film that we would share with you guys is definitely going to be the details of caring and providing care for animals in need. And show you guys kind of what that process is like. There's really amazing happy moments and stuff that makes you giggle and things that make you laugh and stuff like that. But then there are the kind of sadder moments where when you have to say goodbye and it's time to, you know, release them to their new homes. That part is always, I think, the hardest part of fostering is when it's time to say goodbye, because you can't keep all of them. And as much as you would definitely love to, because you do fall in love with them, and you should, because that means that if you've fallen in love with them, that means you're giving your whole heart to their best care. And so we do that a lot. Like, a lot of times the kids will fall in love with one of the animals and be like, oh my God, I want to keep that one. And we can't keep all of them. Good job, Felicia. Keep pushing, girl. You got it. So as of right now, the only thing that I'm sad about with these guys is we've had to separate Maui from the other two. Maui is the biggest of the group. However, Maui has like an insatiable urge to suckle. And you can, if you guys are curious to understand it, you guys can read up on it. But puppies that are separated from mom, they don't get that full, like, they don't get to suckle for, what do they call it, for pacification purposes. Like if mama was there, they could suckle on her even if she's already, you know, been emptied out. So they won't be getting milk, but they'll still get the satisfaction of suckling. But because they don't have a mom, they end up sucking on each other. So they'll suck on each other's ears, each other's paws, or for like 9 times out of 10, each other's genitals. And that's dangerous. And so I talked to the vet, and the vet said you're going to have to separate him from them. If you can't, like, even after he's fully fed, he's got a full belly, he still wants to suckle. And so he ended up getting a hold of Hercules the other night, and Hercules wasn't able to pee for another feeding or so before the swelling went down. Because he had been, when puppies suckle, they latch on like no other. And he had actually gotten a hold of his brother, and I'm not quite sure for how long, because it was while like everybody was sleeping. And so the vet said, you'll have to separate him if you can't seem to get him to stop. And so because he won't stop, we have to keep him separate. So during the daytime, like now, we can put him in there because we're able to keep an eye on him. But when it's time for bed and everybody's going to sleep, we end up putting him in the little carrier separate with some hot water bottles so that he stays warm. And he sleeps perfect. Like when he's not in there with them, they all sleep much better because he's not constantly moving around trying to get on them. Oh, it is super painful for the other pup, and it's scary. And like the vet said, like it's sad because they should be with their mom. They should never have been separated from their mom. And these poor babies, like the natural things that puppies do, like suckling and that getting that comfort and stuff, they can't get that from a human. And you're not supposed to handle them too much because it's too much stimulus. So we pick them up and set them in their little cradle thing that I made, and then put the bottle in front of them, and they can nurse on the bottle without being like handled. Like I'm not handling them. So that, because if they were nursing on mama, we wouldn't be touching them. They would be, you know, laying next to mama and eating. And so that's what we've been doing with them is I put them in this little towel cradle. They nurse. Yeah, that would be so nice if they did make something like that. But the problem we've noticed, like we do have the little nuke passies, which are the same shape as the bottle. They just, as soon as they start suckling on that and it's not responding, like giving them something, then they immediately let go of it and start searching again. So I don't think that would work unless it was very like, oh, my nose is super itchy. Unless it was like really like mother made, I guess you'd say, so that it was definitely more like their mama. But I have never seen anything that comes out like that. Hi, Leah. So, let's see. Hercules. Oh, Hercules has his eyes fully open. Maui has both his eyes fully open. And Elsa has one eye fully open, and her second eye is just barely peeking open. So I guarantee by tonight, she'll have her eyes fully open. I'm doing great. We're just getting a little stir crazy being indoors, which is normal when you're inside for a long period of time. But now that the babies are sleeping roughly 3 to 4 hour stretches between their feedings, we can finally get some things done other than sitting with them all the time. Because prior to today, whenever they would eat, it would be, you know, you'd have to feed 1, 2, then 3. Well, you can't really see them. Their little things are really dark. Let me see if I can, but, ooh, that's not the thing I want. So everybody's sleeping right now, but Maui is in there. He's crashed out because we just got back from our walk. And the other two, I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see them. There's Elsa, and let's see if we can get him in there. And there's Hercules. Sorry, but everybody's sleeping, so it's really hard to see them. And I did not see what that actually said. What did that say? Leah, we don't discuss those anymore on here. If you wanted to find out anything about that, you can watch the last video. We kind of explained some things on there, and then we just kind of don't discuss it anymore. Sarah's asked me not to talk about it, so we just don't. But we did address it last live stream. So if you want to go in there and check that out, you can. And we have a bad connection. How? Because I turned the camera around? Oh, our internet and this phone, especially this phone, is getting on my nerves. But yeah, so tomorrow, not today, because I'm exhausted still, but tomorrow, okay, Sam, tomorrow we're going to finally get like my room cleaned up, and we're going to set up the little puppy play fence. So we're going to put up the puppy play yard. We got a couple things we have to do to modify it because they are such tiny pups. They can easily fit through the slates on that. And so I have some meshing that's going to go on there, and it'll get attached to it. So that way we don't have to worry about them escaping out of it, because that would be not good. So we don't want that to happen. But yeah, we're going to get the puppy playpen set all up, and hopefully once that's all set up, then we can get these guys moved over to that. Starting this coming week, we should be able to at the, let's see, like tomorrow they'll be exactly 2 weeks old. Oh, someone's going potty. Hold on, guys. Don't go anywhere. Uh-oh. Come here, mister. That's good, though. That's a good sign you guys are starting to do it all by yourself without any help. Let's clean that up. Okay. Oop, oop. You got a pee-pee? Okay, okay. Oh, let's get it all. Good boy. Hold on, guys. Don't want to show that. He's going potty. So, I'm pretty sure nobody wants to watch a puppy pooping. It's not something everybody wants to watch. Okay, 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 mister. You're not, I know you're definitely not hungry because you have way too full of a tummy. Time to wash towels again. Oh, you made a big mess. You made a big mess. Hi. Hi, you want to say hi to everybody? You want to say hi to everybody? Show everybody that little face. I can't really take a nap, Sam. I have to take care of these guys. But this is Maui. He's acting like he's hungry, of course, but he just wants to suckle, that's all. But that one, or not Maui, this is Hercules. Sorry, no, baby doll. You don't need anything. I promise you that. So, those are his little face. That's his little eyes. Okay, back in you go. Okay, okay. They act like they're hungry. They're not hungry, by the way, you guys. Like, literally just, like, I literally just fed them less than an hour ago. So, they're definitely not hungry just yet. Yeah, there's the funny part is that's super deceiving on camera. What, sweetheart? You need stuff? Yeah. Okay. Do you have stuff in there right now? No. Where is it? My things and my purse in my room and my closet. Oh, I'll just get you these ones. Oops. Hold on, guys. I'm not going to show anything. There you go. So, by the way, I'll have to show you guys what we did in our backyard at some point. But we had to change up stuff in the backyard. Let me get this thing ready. His little belly is so full, I don't know if he's going to actually eat anymore. I don't know what to set you guys on. Hold on. Hold on, little man. Gotta get his cradle made. 1 second, guys. Are you really that hungry already? Okay. No. Okay, you have to stay in there until I get the bottle finished. what I was saying earlier was that the camera is deceiving. These guys are literally all less than 1 pound, like just barely over half a pound each. So, okay. All right, big boy, come here. Come here. Hold on, hold on. Oh my goodness. It's right there. You have to open up. There you go. Okay, hold on. You guys have to see the cutest thing in the world. He's hungry. Can you tell? Oh, let's get it down a little bit. There we go. Get that angle. Okay. So this is we end up getting the Playtex nursing sack. So that way they are on a Playtex bottle, which is a very soft nipple, by the way. So you'll see that he can nurse on that, and it moves the nipple, like it actually moves this in and out. But you guys can see just how tiny he really is. So they're super small. Like this is my hand, and they are just super, super tiny. Like my friend said, they look like little otters when you shoot them from like this. Yeah, the sound is super cute. Listen to him. He's so cute. And I gotta trim their nails again, because we just did their nails, but I gotta do them again. So, like, that's my finger next to their head. Like, that's just my regular index finger. And I have tiny hands, you guys. I'm only a little 5-foot person. So. But yeah, so that's, oh my god, his little noises. He's such a happy little camper. Leah, I actually already asked. We don't talk about it. Sarah asked me not to talk about it. If you guys are interested, we did touch on it last last live stream, which was the one prior to this. So if you are curious about anything that has to do with Sarah's medical, you can go and check that out on that video. We do not discuss it on here. Sarah has asked me not to, and so I do not. For right now, we can say that she still has epilepsy. That doesn't go away. That's pretty much all I'm going to say is she still has epilepsy. And she always will. That doesn't just disappear. But we did discuss some of the information on the last stream. So, and that was with Sarah. Sarah was on there. We discussed it. And that was like, and she's no longer wants to talk about it because she doesn't want that to be something people focus on anymore. So we'll leave it at that. Whoop, are you done? 1 second, guys. Oh my goodness, come here, God, get the burps out. Got a little bit of air in there, huh? Oh, hold on, I gotta tip the bottle so we don't end up with air in the nipple. Time to do a little bit of a burp. Oh, say hello, everybody. I am Hercules. This little tiny thing. Hold on, we gotta get your burps out. Hold on, guys. Yeah, they actually have to be burped like actual babies because with bottle feeding, they take in air. With mama, they wouldn't have to worry about that. But with bottle feeding, you have to make sure that you burp them. So you put a little bit of pressure on the tummy, and then you just pat, and they actually do burp just like any other infant would. So, you know, oh, good one. Good one. That's a good one, sir. It's right here. It's right there. There, hold on. There you go. Oh, nope, it's right there. There we go. Yeah, we try not to hold them too much because it's just not healthy for them. Yeah, when you're bottle feeding them, not when they're with mama. If they're with a mama dog, you don't have to worry about that. And oh wow, we are really lagging. Holy cow. Is it that laggy for you guys too? It's super laggy on my phone. But with puppies, like, by the way, that's my green screen, if you guys are wondering. That's for when I'm doing Twitch streaming. But with puppies that are bottle fed, you have to burp them because when they're eating from a bottle, they're not latching like they would on mom. So they do take in air. But don't mind this. This is our trash bag for the puppies cleanup. Sorry about that. You guys, like I said, it is a mess in here because I have been so focused on taking care of just these babies that this is like the little setup we do. So whenever I feed them, we have the large towel here. This towel is so we can stop, wash their faces off and stuff. And we have this towel here, and he is actually pretty much finished. This towel here is made to look like a little cubby. Like it cradles him like he has like his siblings were on each side. So yeah, it is a mess in here right now. Oh, Winnie's going crazy at the cats outside. Mocus does not like Winnie, by the way, you guys. We've had 2 nasty fights between Mocus and Winnie this week alone. Winnie, of course, because she didn't know any better. The other ones, where is the other one live? Where's the other one live? What do you mean? The last video that we did is it's on the channel. So it's the very last video that we just posted. Oh, goodness, good burp. Got a little milky face, mister. You got a little milky face, little man. Come here, let's wash your face off. There we go. Yeah, I know, you think. His tummy, look at this full tummy. You guys think he's got a full tummy? That little face. The last live stream is the one that's up before this one. So if you just go to the if you just go to our videos on our channel, just go to the videos that we've posted, and it's the very last one that we just posted. It's a long live stream, the last one that we did. I'm sorry, I gotta wipe your head off, mister. There we go. You and your full tummy. You were so cute. Okay, in you go. Go night-night. Everybody else is sleeping? Okay. And by the way, Elsa, the one that was the smallest of the group, is now the second largest. So we've got, like, Hercules was right there size-wise with Maui when we first brought them home. And now he is actually the smallest. Yeah, the channel change one, the one that we titled about changing up the channel. We had to kind of end that stream a bit abruptly because Sarah had a bit of a personal crisis that I had to help take care of and sit and talk with her about. So, but yeah, it was that video. We actually did address a bit of Sarah's health and just, stuff in general. Like, we just kind of touched on things. All right, he's a happy camper now. There we go. But everything in here is a mess. So tomorrow I'm going to go ahead and go through here. I got to really, change up my room. I've got to move this thing. The bed needs to be slid all the way over because I have to, make this area where it's going to be puppy safe. And so we're going to do that. And now he's sound asleep. So they literally go to sleep so fast. Like once their tummies are full, they're like, okay, I'm good. I'm going to bed. But yeah, so I've got to clean up in here. Tomorrow's our big clean day. They'll be officially 2 weeks old and they'll be able to, first of all, we'll be able to take the top off of here, which will be the first stage to taking the heating pad out. Right now, the heating pad covers 1/2 of the bed of that. And the other side, there's no heating pad. Okay, Felicia. And so this way, whenever if their body is a little bit too warm, they'll go over to the side without the pad. They crawl over there. And then when they get a little bit cooler, they'll climb back over onto the heated pad. They're all pretty good about that. Maui is, his thing, he always has the hot water bottle. So we have a hot water bottle to the back and to the side. And then the other part, the front and the other side don't have one. So whenever he gets too warm, he moves away from it. And then if he gets too cold, he moves back over against it. Oh, excuse me. So like I said, a lot of people don't realize the amount of work that goes into fostering, especially fostering newborn, pups and kittens. if you guys have been watching a while, you know that we ended up bottle feeding and hand raising Mocus. And Mocus, she is a special kind of something. Let me tell you what. She definitely has a very special place in all of our hearts because she was bottle fed from about 2 weeks old on. Because when we got her, she already had her eyes open, so she had to be at least 2 weeks. But as I was saying a minute ago, Mocus does not like Winnie at all. And here's the reason why. When we first got Winnie, I don't think Winnie ever had lived with cats prior to. But Winnie chases them. So whenever the cats go outside to use the bathroom, or whenever one of the cats comes where Winnie is laying, she would chase them. So now the cats have learned that she's not getting any bigger. And so Mocus anyway, Tut and them, they could care less. They just ignore her. But Mocus now has made it her point that if she sees Winnie come inside or whatever, she attacks her. Like, she goes after her. So we had a scuffle with them earlier and had to separate, had to put Mocus up in the bathroom to prevent any, real damage. So we also had to heighten our back fence. So we had to put a weaker kind of mesh stuff, adding 2 feet of distance on the top of our fence. But we have it set to where the way it's attached, it will, if she jumps up there, it buckles in, not out, because we have it attached at the corners. So it's like one continuous piece. So if she jumps on it, it doesn't buckle outward because of it being attached to the fence on the other side of it. And so it buckles inward, so she gets dropped back in the yard. Winnie can clear a 4-foot fence. And so she keeps escaping out of the yard into the backyard back here. So she jumps over and goes into this one, and then she jumps again and goes into the other one. And so we've had to attach one across the front yard to keep her from jumping out onto the main road, because our street is pretty busy during the day, and she keeps jumping out of the yard. So we went outside. We had to redo all of the fence, the tops of the fence. The bottom of the fence, there's nobody going anywhere because it's dug down in the ground. But the top of the fence, she's definitely able to clear it. Hi, Felicia. So, yeah. Right now, it's kind of in the air, and I don't want any judgment from people, because I know people are going to be judgy, but we may not be able to keep Winnie here. If she keeps doing that, and if she keeps getting into fights with the cats, because that's something that can't keep happening. We can't have animals attacking each other. And as horrible as it sounds, Winnie was here last, therefore she would be the first one to be, placed into a new home. And she literally is such a sweet girl. However, she does chase the cats, and she does, as soon as she's got her eyes set on one of the cats, she doesn't listen to what you have to say. She doesn't come to you. She doesn't come when called. She kind of gets her mind set. And so we have to really, really keep an eye on when she's out and the cats are running around. So I think right now we're just going to take time to work with her on it and teach her that the cats are they're not to chase. They're not to, pick on. I think hopefully if she's, with the fact that she has been attacked twice this week by Mocus, that maybe she'll learn and she'll stop doing it. I don't know. I think time will tell. So we're going to give it some time, because she is 2 years old, but she is fixed and she has all her vaccines and everything. So even if it does come down to needing to rehome her, she stands a much greater chance because she is already got everything done for her. So the new people wouldn't have anything to do other than just give her a loving home and make sure they're providing proper vet care. I love when they snooze like that and they make the little tiny noises. It's so cute. That little man. No, I've never had that problem. Hi, Shona. How are you? Thank you, by the way, Shona, for yesterday. Sarah is doing much better today. She is smiling today, and she is talking with another friend of hers that she had kind of cut out for a while. So she, like, seeing her smile today and whatnot, she's doing much better. So, but yeah, thank you so much. But yeah, Felicia, it's true though. Like for us, because of what we do, because of what I do, I should say, not what we, but what I do with the animals and the fostering, we can't have one of the animals that stays here being one of the animals that causes issues. So because whenever animals come in here, we want to teach them from a young age on that, like, to be social. So to be social with other dogs, to be social with cats. So that way when they get rehomed, it's so much easier to rehome an animal that is other animal friendly. So animals that are capable of being in a house with other animals. So being in a house with other dogs, being in a house with cats. So you want to be able to raise them up around lots of other animals. But with, when you have one that you're keeping here that happens to be a stay here pet, you can't have that stay here pet being aggressive. And Winnie has been showing signs of aggression with the cats. And so we have to nip that if we expect for her to stay here and be one of the ones that gets to work with and socialize with the other animals we bring in. By the way, you guys, we did get asked this during the last live stream. I didn't really get to touch on it. Are we still... Oh, thank you, Felicia. Are we still looking for another house? Yes. We have a house in mind. Like, there is one house here that I absolutely would love to purchase. There are a couple of things that if I can convince the owners that own it now to fix, then it would be one that I would be more than happy to purchase. It has a lot of space. The backyard is amazing. There's only one issue, and there is a swimming pool, but it is not fenced in. It's just the whole yard is open. And I would like for them to put up a proper safety fence around the swimming pool to separate it, one from where the dogs and stuff are going to be, to also where, like, if we were to have company and stuff coming over, we would be able to not worry about whether or not the dogs have been in that area. But it is a beautiful property. And if you're going to buy, you want to buy it to where it's ready for what you're looking for. And I'm willing to pay a little bit extra for the property if they can do those small changes. They already have a dog door built in. So there is a dog door already built into the wall. And I would love to be able to, like, when we move into it, if we can get this house, we want to take the other side. There's another side of the house, a whole other side of the yard that I want to build or take with us, the catio that we are currently working on. So this way it can go to the new property. And this way we don't ever have to worry about the cats having access to that area. Or to the regular outside area. The cats would have the one area blocked off for them to be able to come in and out without worrying about them having access to where the dog door is. So that's kind of what we're working on. And the dog run area, here's the cool part. The dog run area that has the dog door, the one side, when you close the fence to keep the dogs in, it has a chain link fencing top across it. So the dogs can't actually jump out of it. So I thought that was really cool. It's like 6 feet tall. So if you're over 6 foot, you're not fitting under there without having to duck down to clean that area. But it's perfect. Like, it's perfect, but we still want to get a safety fence around the pool that's there. So yes, we are still looking. That's not the only house that's on the list, but that is like the top house on my list that I'm looking at. And it has a stairway that goes up to a top deck, so you can sit up there with like chairs and everything and see the stars and see out over the city and everything at night. So it's beautiful property. It's 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms. It's got a living room and a family room, and the family room is open into like the kitchen and dining area. And then there's a living room that's separate. which is something I've always wanted. So I thought that was super, super cool. And then it has, of course, the area for me to put an entire office in. Yeah, and definitely always a good idea to keep the pool area safe, especially when you have kids or pets. You don't want your pool openly accessible to the dogs, because heaven forbid a dog gets in there and panics and can't figure out how to get back out. So definitely needs a fence. And that's the thing, is the properties we're looking at, we are absolutely, if we're staying here, it has to have a swimming pool. No ifs, ands, or buts. It gets way too hot here during the summer to not have a swimming pool. So we do have the above ground pool, but I do not want to go through the trouble of trying to set up an above ground pool and deal with the fact that the pool gets too hot being above ground, and there isn't any way to regulate that. The in-ground pools, the ground itself stays cooler down below, so it keeps the pool from overheating, and it has a thing on there to regulate the temperature so that when it pumps the water back out into it, it can pump it out nice and cold. So you keep your water feeling refreshing and whatnot during the summertime. And then it can be heated during the winter time if you want to go take a winter swim or whatever. But above ground pools, you can't really do that. So, you know, it is what it is. So yeah, we are still looking for property, bigger property, because we want to be able to set up a proper set of kennels, so we can do a bit more fostering and a bit more socializing with some of the dogs that come through the shelter. There's some of them there that are just so terrified because they're at the shelter that they come across as being mean, when in fact they're not. They're actually totally sweet, especially when you're with them by yourself and there's not a bunch of traffic coming through. And I mean traffic by people. But when it's just you and you take them on their walk, and so you get to see their personality. And when people are coming through to check them out, they're upset. It's foreign. There's a lot of commotion. The other dogs are barking, so they get upset. And so a lot of times when you go into a shelter, the animal's disposition in the shelter is not the disposition of the animal you're going to take home. You may find a quiet, timid type pet at the shelter, but then get it home and realize that you've adopted, hell on wheels, a dog that requires, at least 2 to 3 walks a day, a dog that's high energy, a dog that wants to be under your feet all the time. And so that's something I think a lot of people are not aware of when they adopt, is that the animal you see, especially when you go to a shelter, is not the animal you're taking home. You're taking, and I don't mean like it's a totally different animal. What I mean is their demeanor while they're in the shelter versus their demeanor when they're in a comfortable setting. Shelters are scary. They're in a cage it's concrete and food and a little tiny outdoor space and a bed, and then lots of people coming through, people coming close to your little area that is considered yours. Yeah, and that's the thing, is with taking on animals to get them out of the shelter setting and more adoptable is the goal. We need more people like that around here. There's so many animals that get put in these shelters, and a lot of these animals get put down because there isn't any room. If some people would take these animals into, home-based fostering and with kennels, so that you have the space, but then you don't have to separate them into like little individual cages. You have the dog door, they can go in and out. They have a yard area to run in to feel normal and comfortable, a couch to get cozy on, a bed to sleep on next to the people that are going to be caring for them, and that's something I love. Like when I go to bed at night, Winnie and Godric, well, right now they can't, but Winnie and Godric normally jump right up here with me on the bed. Tonks lays down on the floor right next to my bed. I try to get him on the bed sometimes, but Tonks is, he's a mover and a shaker when it comes to sleeping. And so 9 times out of 10, you either get whacked in the face with a paw, you get shoved off the bed. So he's the kind of dog you have to make him stay down off the bed. As much as I would love for Tonks to stay laying with me, he can lay up here with me like when I'm awake and whatnot, but when it's time to go to sleep, I have to make him get down. But yeah, so I think all dogs should have that. And if they're going to even be adopted, then we should have amazing photos of them and them being in a natural environment. So where they're learning to socialize with other dogs, with other cats, learning that interaction, learning rules and manners and how to use a dog door and house training, so that when they go to their forever home, they're more likely to stay because they will already have manners and things taught to them that are kind of, I mean, like when you adopt a dog, there's a lot of work that goes into it. Yeah, he just wants to be my big old teddy bear. Yeah, pretty much. He's 80 pounds and he like wants to be right next to you. And I'm like, you are huge for one. And two, I only have a queen size bed. And three, he does not lay still when he sleeps. Tonks is like all over the place when he sleeps. So he moves a lot. And it's like, dude, you have to lay down. So, hi, Katie. How are you? But I'm not going to stay on here too much longer, guys. I just wanted to give you guys an update on the fact that we have cabin fever. We got out and took a walk with the babies. Like I said, you have to be really careful about taking them out. So I had to make sure that we went through like all the steps. Oh, and by the way, the pup stroller has one of those complete covers on it. So, no, I want to see The Greatest Showman so badly, but we don't have the money to go to a movie theater, and we don't right now have the time with having the puppies. We can't take the puppies into a theater, for one. And two, with the fact that they are, sometimes they eat every 2 hours, sometimes they'll stretch it out to 4. So it wouldn't be advisable. And by the time these guys are ready, I have a feeling that movie will be out of theaters. So I'll have to wait for it to come out like on Netflix or on Amazon and I can rent it. Oh, wait, what? What did that say? I could so picture him snuggling with a big oh my gosh, right? That would be Tonks for you. So he is such a cuddler. Like, he loves to cuddle, like loves it. I know, I listened to the soundtrack. By the time I watch the movie, I'm going to know every word to the movie because the soundtrack is so good. Like, I listened to the soundtrack from the movie version of Les Mis because it has Hugh Jackman and stuff in it. And who's the other guy that's on there? Oh my god, I forgot his name. Who's the one that plays, oh my god, I forgot. But anyway, Les Mis, the movie version, the one that came out, movie version-wise. I love the soundtrack to that. And you've been to it 4 times already, Shona. I'm so jealous. Oh my gosh. Not Zac Efron. I'm talking about, Zac Efron's in this movie, in The Greatest Showman, but in Les Mis, Eddie Redmayne, yeah. So, but with the Les Mis one, the Les Miserables, it's Hugh Jackman and the guy that plays the cop. What the heck? Javier, or however you say his name. But anyway, the guy that plays cop, he's kind of got the scar on the face. I always forget what his name is, but yeah. But they all have such amazing voices, and I love, like, if I'm going to listen to a musical, it needs to be something like that, which is why I so want to see, what is that one that everybody was so, like, big about that came out? Sorry, we kind of had a phone call. Really, Shona? Oh my gosh. Why can't we have stuff like that here? Gosh. You would think that they would give us stuff like that here. But no, you can't even purchase unlimited, like, access tickets here. So dumb. Maybe I should come up with something like that and offer it to Brendan Theaters here. See what they say. That would be so awesome. These puppies. Right, Felicia? Like, come on. Can't we have that here? They don't offer that here. Now, when I was active duty, the IMAX theater around there, if you had your military ID card, back when I was active duty, as long as you were active duty, you could get access into IMAX at no cost. But not when you're just a civilian. Oh, nice. See, Shona, that's freaking awesome. And Preferred Home Care is trying to call me, but they can wait until Taylor gets home because it is his job to talk to them. It is his medical stuff, not mine. But anyway. Oh, I have to also go over on Friday and take Taylor for his appointment Friday to the office for all his medical paperwork because he has to get that all changed over to him. There we go. But anyway, all right, guys, I'm going to get off here. I just wanted to give you guys an update. Puppies are doing amazing. They're growing. And when people don't realize how tiny these babies really are. The camera is so deceiving. So Elsa, okay, let's go in order of weight. So Hercules is 9 ounces. 9 ounces. Elsa is 10 ounces. And Maui is 11 ounces. So they're bam, 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 size-wise. But they are all still under 1 pound in weight. So we thought because they had gained so quickly the first week that they would continue that track, but they slowed down. And the vet said that that's about normal. So they first projected that the pups would be somewhere around 26 pounds. That has dropped down to under 20. So they will stay under 20 pounds at this rate. So as of right now, their projection is in order of Hercules, Elsa, Maui, that if they stay where they're at now growth-wise, then they'll be 15, 16, and 17 pounds at full grown. But yeah, so they are tiny, tiny babies. They're like little teacup size right now. But you guys are amazing. I did leave commenting open on the last live stream for you guys to give me your input on the whole idea of going from daily vlogs, family vlog style to fostering, to what we're doing with, you know, what we do pet-wise and raising up these animals and adjusting them to being with a forever home. If you guys are interested in seeing that process. As well as, I am working on rebranding the channel with everything. So I'm trying to get a new banner done, getting all of the different playlists put together so that everything is organized on the channel, that you guys can access it if you guys want to watch old daily vlogs. If you guys want to see, you know, all of our family type stuff, you can go to a certain playlist. And if you want to come in and see more of the live streams, you guys will be able to get in and see just the live streams. Things that are everything to do with pets will be also a whole nother playlist. So if you guys are interested in all that, you need to, I did leave the comment section open on the last video. So go over there, check it out, leave your comments, let me know what your guys' input is on it, and we will see you in the next video. Bye.